Welcome to another episode of Not Too Deep with me, your host, Grace and Helbig the First. We have a very exciting episode as always. Steve ZARAGOZA and Lee Newton from the Valley Folk are here with us. The other two members of the Valley Folk that we haven't had on yet, well, technically they've been on in the past, but this is a very hard-hitting interview to say the least, guys. I mean, if you don't have to believe this, but I'm pretty sure we spent about 20 solid minutes reviewing the musical Cats. And you're going to want to listen to every goddamn second of it. And then we talked about some other stuff too, like how they all like balance their mutual like friendships and relationships and work ethic and all that. But the Cats stuff is juicy, to say the least. Enjoy this episode of Not Too Deep with Steve and Lee, or Stee, as I sometimes call them.
Not too deep.
This episode of Not Too Deep is brought to you by, you guessed it, Squarespace. Turn your great idea into a reality with Squarespace. They make it easier than ever to launch your passion project, whether you're showcasing your work or selling products of any kind. With beautiful templates and the ability to customize just about anything, you can easily make a beautiful website yourself. And if you do get stuck, Squarespace's 24/7 award-winning customer support is there to help. Go to squarespace.com/grace for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use the offer code GRACE to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain.
Not too deep. Not too deep. With Grace Helbig.
Oh, I'm going to turn my phone
Feel
silent.
free to silence or just turn them up louder, whatever.
I'm going to turn it up full
I'm just
blast.
going to live stream while I'm sitting here.
Yeah. Twitch, right?
Yeah,
We know
right
Twitch.
on.
This little bee angel baby.
That's exactly what it is. And it has no relevance to anything that happens on the podcast.
Well,
I do wonder
it's
though,
been
like,
here.
Yeah.
because every
that's-
time I see it, it's very synonymous with you, Grace.
Yeah,
That's
well,
true.
this was acquired when I was in college on my sketch comedy team in college,
Yes.
and we needed props for this one sketch, and we went to Goodwill and bought this, and then somehow after college it moved with me, and I moved in Brooklyn like 5 times, and I lost like so many of my like personal possessions
Yes,
and moves,
yeah.
but somehow this thing made it through to every single.
Well, it has a name, I'm sure. Don't just call it this thing.
Bumble Baby.
Oh, Bumble Baby.
Did Bumble Baby come as a Bumble Baby?
Yes.
Is it like an Ann
Wow.
Geddes?
Has not been tweaked.
That's a good
effective.
question. I wonder if it was like
If
an
it's like
Ann
an
Geddes situation.
Is it
Yeah.
Ann Geddes? Is that how you say her name? Or
I think it's On Geddes.
On Geddes.
On Geddes. Oh, I love On Geddes.
But like,
Who
did
doesn't?
it?
I love lily pad babies.
But is the painting just an interpretation
Yes.
of her?
The painting got acquired after we were on our short-lived.
Can you do
full
this as a
screen.
high-end Connecticut woman, please? The painting actually was
You can
acquired.
tell. No, they asked us what we wanted on our set for the SVOD situation we did with full screen, and I, said I'm going to ask for something stupid, and they probably won't be able to deliver it. I said,
I
can we
love
get
it.
the Bumble Baby as a Renaissance painting? And then they came back with this.
They
and I was
really
like,
did a
wow.
great
Can
job.
I help you?
Yes.
Can I help you?
Yes, please.
Okay, so a couple of things.
Uh-huh.
If there's a world where, because
Yeah.
it only slightly bothers me,
Oh.
but bother might be the wrong word.
Yeah.
Perturb?
Confuses.
Well, I don't know. Let me present it to you, and then you tell me what you think the right phrasing is.
Yeah.
What if I acquired the remaining pieces of detail
Baby.
here for real life Bumble,
Bumble
Baby.
Baby.
So like
Oh,
a collar with
yes.
wings
Oh, yeah.
and the little hat and everything.
I
What
think
if
you should.
like would Bumble Baby wear those things?
I think so. I haven't really looked at this painting like ever. Maybe.
Why would you?
Well, you're welcome.
I didn't realize that it's playing with its own feet in this
Yeah.
painting. I
Like
never
babies
noticed
do.
Bumble
that.
Baby.
It's being too coy, and now I'm a little thrown
is
off.
being
I
coy.
do love that they renaissanced it in the sense that they were like, no eyelashes, no eyebrows.
But what's
Like,
this?
that's such a Renaissance thing of just being like, you're pasty, you're pale, and you've never seen
Well,
sunlight
babies
in your
don't have
life.
eyelashes. Just
You don't
kidding.
get that till you're a teen.
Yeah, exactly.
Have eyelashes.
Yeah, this kid hasn't grown his lashes yet.
Well, you know.
Why is there a
Oh,
woman
Bumble
wearing
Baby.
a thong up there?
Artistic
do
choice.
love that.
Artistic choice.
Yeah.
Baby sitting in a giant butt.
Supposedly, it's not clear as to
Wow.
where it's actually sitting. I
Oh,
always
that's just
assumed
a petal
inside
of
like a
flowers.
big daffodil.
Yeah,
I
I
do-
think so too because you see the petals.
Well,
and
I'm
then
proud of you
there's
guys. I
blackness
saw a
behind
fire
it.
pit. That's what I
This is
saw.
our
You know,
Rorschach
I
test
wonder
for
if
everyone.
it is like an Ann Getty. It's like Ann Getty's to a T.
Geddes.
On Geddes.
It's pretty great. Would you ever wish that you were an On Getty's baby when you were growing up?
I wasn't on Getty's, babe. Could you imagine
No,
if
you
that
weren't.
was
if
my
you
claim
came
to
out with
fame?
that right now,
I
Please claim
I
to
was
fame.
I would
an on
smash this
Getty's baby.
painting.
I know, right?
I
You would
was-
just need to comically smash it right where the face is so that Lee's face comes through it.
I was
Wait, I don't know how you guys haven't
Baby
considered
lion.
a Valley Folk calendar 2020 of
Oh,
all
Ann Getty's.
you guys
On
as adult
Getty's.
On Getty's
Okay,
babies.
I'm writing it down right now.
yeah, please do write it down. But also, here's the thing: whatever calendar Joe is dressed as a baby is gonna fly off the shelves. Like
I
that is,
mean-
they're just like, can I just get May? And you're like, yeah,
Okay, can I tell you what I want to be?
yeah, you can.
I want to be a caterpillar baby that's coming like in a
Like a
caterpillar.
glowworm?
Yeah, like a glowworm, and I'm coming out of like an apple.
I want to be a baby lion.
You guys
Okay,
are gonna be
okay.
so cute.
I know this
You
needs to
wanna
happen.
come out of an
Please.
apple.
Yeah. What would Elliot and Joe be? So we already figured out Joe.
I
What was
mean, Joe. I mean, I really do think Joe is like a Cupid. Like that's what I think is like a little baby
Yeah.
diaper and a cute little set of wings.
Yeah, I
Joe's
feel
a
like you
Cupid.
gotta get
Cupid.
someone being hatched out of an egg, like a little chicken.
Oh, Elliot's hatching out of an egg.
Elliot is for
And there's
sure.
like feathers everywhere.
yeah, and it's like
yeah.
Happy Easter.
And he's
His
like,
face is not into it. Like
Yeah,
he
he's
has that
confused.
not
He's
into it.
the
He's
one
just
that,
like,
yeah, it was just
yeah,
resting
Just
bitch
or
there.
face.
confused, like the
oh, like a good. Oh, I do love that confused.
like
Yeah.
with his hands like this,
Uh-huh.
like with
Yeah,
the
I
egg.
kinda
See,
want a
art directs
giant-
itself.
Yeah.
I want to giant swaddle him.
Oh,
That's what
yeah.
I want to like make him be a giant baby swaddle.
Like
Imagine just like this 6'2"
Now, what
man
does this
just
mean
swaddled.
psychologically? Let's talk
I
about
realize
this.
as an adult, I just enjoy being swaddled so
It's
much.
a dream.
Human taco.
Have
Yes.
you
Yeah.
ever tried one of those anxiety blankets?
Oh, I have a weighted blanket.
Yeah, the weighted blanket is key. It's a
It's
very
just-
essential thing. It
it's
is worth the investment.
fantastic.
You can
Ooh,
also
can-
make your own.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
call someone out right now and throw them
Oh,
under the
wow.
bus.
Wow,
Please
wow,
do.
wow.
Are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
This is my passive aggressive way
Shade.
of. Are we recording? You guys are
Oh,
recording?
yeah.
This is my passive. Imagine if you weren't recording.
No.
Okay,
talking.
whenever we're ready. Listen to me.
Okay.
Listen. This is this is a declaration. William Haynes.
Oh,
He's a good friend. He's a fellow. What would we say? Like a peer. He's a peer.
yeah, colleague.
Hasn't he sat on your lap?
He has sat on my lap many
Okay.
times.
Yes.
Well, if that's the
on and
qualifier.
off.
Then everyone's your friend.
On and off camera, he has sat on my lap, and so he lived with me for a little bit.
Okay.
And I acquired a wonderful weighted blanket that I got from a friend's sister's Kickstarter.
Okay.
And I like supported it, and I felt really good about it.
Did he
and so I got,
steal your weighted?
Listen to me.
Uh-oh.
Will loved it. I would come home and he would be sitting on my couch and he would be completely drowning in the anxiety blanket
love
with
it.
just his head hanging out of it, looking so peaceful. And I was just like, Will, why do you love that blanket so much? And he's like, it just feels like a hug. It feels like a hug.
It does.
And I think if anybody needs a hug more than anyone, it's Will.
Yeah,
So
this is true.
I felt like in some world, I would either buy him one
Okay.
or maybe gift him that.
Okay.
Because he's a good friend and,
Sure.
and he loves it. He loved it more than I did, but I really love it too. I mean,
Okay.
let's get that out there just
Okay.
for
Wow,
quotes.
good for
Yeah.
you.
Just in case Tube Filter picks this up.
Oh yeah, yeah. They're gonna run this hot story.
Yeah.
Hot take.
Who's that guy? Keemstar is gonna hit me up after this about it.
It
But
will
yeah,
happen.
so Will moved out, and then he, after weeks of getting all of his like stuff out of my house, finally we were
weeks. Like weeks.
like Alana and I finally had gotten the Will out of
Yeah.
the apartment,
It's hard.
and then one day I'm just kind of sitting around on the couch, and we've been doing some cleaning, and I was just like, where the hell is my weighted blanket? Where's my anxiety blanket?
Oh no.
And the first thing that pops into my head is, I bet Will took it. Like this is, but he's not a thief.
Sure.
He's not
He
been
is
known to
now.
steal things.
Okay.
And so one day he comes over. This is after weeks of him not living at my place and us not hanging out. And he comes over and we're sitting around and we're playing video games. And then I was just like, Will, did you take my anxiety blanket? And without a beat, he goes, hell yeah. And I was just like, is this a moment for me to be like, well, I was like,
You're like, how do
why?
I feel about this?
Why did you take my blanket? And he's like,
yeah.
I love it. And I was like, that's not how life works.
That isn't how life works.
And he's just
If
like,
you're in the
love that.
apocalypse,
I
that's how
like it.
life works.
I think he just didn't want to talk about it anymore because he knew it would lead to maybe me asking for it back.
Yeah.
So he just kept like changing the subject. But literally,
It's so good. I'm
Like,
just like, yeah,
literally,
I liked
like if you step back from our friendship and everything, it just Will just stole an anxiety
Yeah.
blanket from my home
Without
yeah.
shame.
He
Yeah.
stole
Yeah.
from you.
And like I let him like be in my house without me
Also, like,
there,
those things
and
are
I gave him a
so-
key to my
Did
apartment.
you actively use the blanket in front of him ever?
I mean,
or did he assume
I-
that you don't use it, so it's going to go to waste? And why
I
would
mean, you know what they say about assuming.
I mean,
You're right, 100% of the time.
I mean, I would put it. I would be on. I mean, I didn't sleep with it,
But it would
I would
literally
be in the
like,
living room and
if
I'd be
you
watching
set
a movie.
$130 on a table,
yeah.
and then he was
I
like,
love
the
money.
thing.
Mine
Yeah.
now.
They're
I-
not
I
cheap.
love it.
That's
No.
the other thing.
No,
they
I
are
ordered
not.
one off of Amazon and I
I'm
ordered actually
kicking
like
the
the wrong size. I got so mad. It's small, but it was
kind
expensive.
of a baby
And it's
weighted
expensive
blanket.
small.
It's expensive small, so that's why I assumed it's got to be full size because I tried one on. I swaddled
that's what
myself
it
at
is.
Lily Marston's house one day and I never felt safer.
I know.
Yeah, it is a really
It's
big
just-
deal. It's
Yeah.
they're so nice.
Yeah. I think
Delman's
everyone
my
needs to
blanket.
feel
Delman's
it.
my like. I always say that he's my because he's so big compared
Yeah,
to
yeah,
me that it literally is like. And he's like Swedish and like dumb, and so he's just this beautiful weighted blanket. But I also know that is how I'm gonna go. Like I'm
you're gonna be
positive.
crushed by
oh, I'm
Delman.
positive, and he's just
Yeah.
gonna. Oh no,
It's a fine line between swaddle and
yeah,
smother.
because
He
it really
just has
because he just
these-
is also like.
He has these giant hands, and it's not
got
even
his
like a
lobster claws,
joke. He just
baby.
has
It's
these.
not.
They're like when Gandalf like touches Frodo's hand.
Exactly what it is.
It's just like
This isn't a joke. One time, and he hates this story so much because he's like, I look like a monster. But one time we were like joking because I couldn't open up this jar.
Yeah.
Like I could not open it up. And I was like, well, get over here, lobster hands. You got to do this. And literally he like goes to do it and he's like, I can't do it. And I was like, put your bag into it. He shatters
yeah.
the
I was gonna
jar.
say, did he smash it in his hand?
Literally, it broke the top off. The top off. the
Well,
thing.
it's open.
And he literally was like, well, pickles are ruined. And I'm just-
But he's like, you were in distress.
But it was
Gentle
honestly one of those
giant.
that I was like, oh my God. And then I immediately was like, how do we market this?
Yeah, I
You
think
know,
like his hand will just like slowly slip it into your hair one night, and then he'll just crush your head like
Like
a bad
Lenny.
apple. yeah. Remember the rabbits?
Wait,
yeah,
so
it's
what's
100% Lenny. I say it all the time.
What's the current status of this now feud that is brewing?
Well, it's
He's
I
upset.
wouldn't call it a feud simply because of the fact that was the only discussion Will and I had
That's how
about
it started
We
and
sat on
ended?
the couch. I was like, "Did you take my blanket?" Hell yeah! And then I was like, "You can't do that." And then it ended.
It's never been
And it has
returned.
not been resolved. So this is my official calling Will out for
Good for
stealing my
you.
weighted blanket.
I love that.
William Haynes, you
For
stole
thieving.
my weighted blanket,
Wow.
and I just want you to know that you should keep the damn blanket. Because I love you, and sure, why not? And
And
I probably would have gifted it to you anyway,
You're
but just
better human
don't
than I am.
steal shit from my house, Will.
What else do you think he's taken?
That's what I'm asking.
Honestly, it's not a bad
Who
question.
knows?
I mean-
It's
and
not.
honestly, my memory
Start taking
sucks.
inventory.
Your
Yeah.
memory does suck because you will. Stevie does this thing where he will find something in his house and be like, "Cool," like he forgot.
Yeah, I used to do this thing.
Like you're visiting a
Like he literally
stranger's
was like,
house.
"Oh my God!"
I used to do this thing with
Baby
me.
Kermit.
So
And you're like,
let me give you a little insight into baby Steve or like young Steve. There used to be in our garage like this like box that would just like, we'd throw all the old toys in it
Right.
yeah.
that we weren't loving and playing with in the house. And so I would just be playing with toys in the house and then I'd be like, man, I remember I had this like really cool thing that I really loved. I wonder where that is. And I'd go to like my mom and be like, Mom, where's that really cool thing that I really liked? And she'd be like, it's probably in that box of toys in the garage. And so I'd take the box of toys and I would just like dump it upside down in the garage. And it was just like
Christmas.
piles
Yeah.
of these toys. I'd be like, oh, I didn't remember I had that guy. Oh, there's that. And my mom would be like, oh man. And I'd come back into the house with like
All your
all of
trash.
these
All your
t-
trash.
old toys that my mom like probably like couldn't wait to like throw in the garage.
Yeah, she was waiting for you to go to
Yeah.
school so she could throw them all in a dumpster.
All of this
Yeah.
makes
Yeah.
so much sense because he'll literally just, oh wow,
Yeah.
t-shirts. You'll have t-shirts at the office, and you'll be like, "Well, this is where that is," and
Yeah.
you're like, "Yeah,
Oh
that's
yeah,
it."
I did your guys' podcast the other week, and when we were leaving, you pointed out on the way out, you're like, Steve said he was going to take this. He's never going to take this. It was like
pants.
Yeah,
it was his pants because it was
Pans?
actually.
Oh, I know.
It
I
was
told
really,
Alana.
you
Dude,
did say that you called yourself out because you're literally like, hey, we only need this one. Do you want to take this one home?
Dude,
She's
I
like,
don't know what she was thinking. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what she was thinking.
She was thinking that
Wait,
you'd
it's
take your
Alana?
stuff home.
No. It was like, so Alana like brought this like pan set from our house
Yeah.
that I just bought like weeks prior because we needed some pans for cooking and such.
you
You know, it's
know.
like cookie sheets.
Right,
And so
yeah.
you're doing a sketch with cookies in it. And I asked Alana because we're really close to the office.
Yeah.
And I was like, could you please bring it to the office? And she said, of course. So she brings it, and it's a wrap. It's still shrink wrap. These 2 pans,
Yeah.
one's big, one's small. And I was like, I rip it open. I'm like, okay, we only need the small one. So I was like, Alana, will you just take this big one home? And she's like, no, just keep them together and then bring them both home. And I was like,
All of us looked at her like, that's never gonna happen.
I was like, I need you to
lives
know.
and dies here now.
I just need you to know that like I'm not gonna bring it.
he like, but he
and
fully
I'm not.
called
It's
her.
not
He
on
was like,
purpose.
oh, that's not
Yeah.
gonna happen.
Like I love you. I love you. I'm not. I'm.
my brain doesn't work.
My
like
brain doesn't
this.
work that way.
Yeah.
Like this is what you're getting into.
and of
when
course,
you date
Looney
me.
was like,
No, she
just,
was like-
she didn't.
She
was like,
fought
"Yeah,
it. She fought it for
You
sure.
just take it
You
home.
just bring
Yeah,
it
she was
back.
like, just bring it home. And I was like, Alana, I don't need this one. So like at least take this one home. And she's like,
Save
no,
this one.
no. She's like, keep them together. And I was like, this is the. You will never see these again. I was like, these will never go home.
I just love the like bonk.
I know.
Like,
yeah,
And
absolutely
they still
not.
have not, and it's been
No,
it's been
they're
at
there
least
still.
2 weeks.
Wow,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Is
He's
it
never
that
gonna
at the
bake
end of the
cookies.
day you're just already mentally checked out
He
of the
I just
office?
can't wait to get the
fully.
fuck out. You know,
He
Just
fully.
cannot wait to
It
get
is.
the fuck
You
out.
will watch it happen. He will literally be like, all right, guys, I'm gone. And you're like,
I mean,
oh,
our job
oh.
is like we get in it, we pile into the office anytime between like 9 a.m. and 2 p.m.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's like you know, once we're all there, then we shoot all the things that we're planning on shooting, and so it's just like this: come in and like chill and write and do these like little
And then
menial
it's just
things.
an explosion
and then it's
of
an
madness.
explosion of
Yeah.
energy and like we're alive, let's do this. And then by like 5 o'clock, you're like, I don't want to be here
Yeah,
anymore.
I'm
Yeah,
tapped out.
I'm tired of all of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In
But
the
that's
nicest
how-
way.
I mean, because that's how we talked to Elliot and Joe about this. Like, that's how you guys operated on SourceFed, which always blew my
It
mind.
Yeah.
is, yeah.
The
It
one
is.
time that I came in to like guest with you guys, I was just like, this is a fucking well-oiled machine.
Yeah.
And I don't
It's
want to come in at
madness.
6 a.m. every day the way they are.
Neither did we. None of us wanted to come in at 6 a.m.
But
every
I
day.
feel like that conditioned you guys. So now you still,
Yeah.
even though you're independent and doing your own thing, now you still work in that capacity mentally.
Yeah, because
And
it always felt like we were. I mean, at least I always felt like I was more productive as like a early riser, sort of.
He is an
Oh,
early
yeah.
riser though, and I am
Normally.
the person that like turns in the script at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
like every time it's like a 2 a.m. That's and we've even like I've done sleep studies. Like I
Oh,
did them back
really?
in college, yeah. And I am there's there's a night owl and morning larks, and like
I've never
you
heard
can't
this before.
actually literally you cannot change the brain chemistry. You can
Really?
condition yourself to it, but like there is literally like a brain chemistry thing of like you're more like conducive to work in.
Whoa.
And
I
my
don't
mind
believe
is
it.
literally that
I don't believe
person.
that.
Yeah.
No, it's
I will fight it.
totally
I don't
okay.
believe it.
You got it.
Science.
I don't
Fight
believe it.
science.
No,
Science.
I truly believe that whatever programming we have in our brains is reprogrammable. You just
Well,
gotta work
it's just
hard.
one of those that like it is
To a
it is a
degree.
real
I mean, you just
hard
gotta work
shift.
hard. It's not easy.
Yeah.
It's not easy at all.
No, I've never been a morning person. And
I've tried.
And like
I
Hannah
can't.
is,
yeah, but have you really tried?
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, 2 years at least
I went
that I was
to
every
high
day.
school. So I had to wake up at 7 a.m. every
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
But as soon as I had the opportunity to not do that
Yeah.
in college, like I avoided it at all costs.
Yeah,
but
sure.
I'm like you, where I get like late night brain energy.
I will literally write down notes like the thing that we wrote
Yeah.
just recently. It was like a note at 2 a.m. where I was like, click, click, click,
Yeah.
and lay down. And I would have in any other capacity if I didn't have to wake up. I would have literally gotten up, written it
started
out,
doing-
and
yeah.
done it. And that's always
Totally.
how it has been. My
Yep.
best sketches, my best ideas, my best everything
Yeah.
has come at 1 a.m.
Wow.
And it was when I don't know. I've tried at SourceFed, even at SourceFed, it was like 6 a.m. And by 10 o'clock, I'd be like, "Good morning, everyone."
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'd be like, "Hi, we're
My
here.
day has
We've
started
been here."
now. Yeah.
yeah. It's always that. I don't know why. It always has been.
Yeah, no, I'm with you because Hannah's like a super morning person, and then I like wake up at the time that I want to wake up whenever it is,
Yes.
and then I check
Good
her
for
Instagram
you.
story, and she's had a full day already. And I'm
Sometimes
just
Like,
I'll
hit
do
the
that.
gym,
It'll be
got
like,
coffee.
I'll look at it,
Yeah.
say 3 hours.
like
and
a
I'm like,
full walk around the
"Oh."
park, did a writing in a coffee shop, and then I get like jealous of that. But then like when the sun sets, I feel like that's my day starting. Like I
Yes.
love the magic hour so much that I
Me
feel
too.
so much more creative because it's just so
Yeah.
pretty.
There is something really nice about like waking up before anybody else is up and
Yeah.
before traffic gets crazy.
Fundamentally, I get it.
Yeah.
Oh, I
yeah.
get it too. And I've even experienced it. Like when you go camping, something like
Yes.
your circadian rhythms totally shift, and you're like, it's 6 a.m.
I'm sorry,
you're up with
what
the sun.
rhythms?
Circadian
Okay,
rhythms.
Let me write that
Mr. I believe the brain can shift.
I'm sorry. I think that's proven.
I think to a degree, but I think emotionally, like the emotional connection that you have with your
and also,
productivity.
I mean,
Subsidian farts.
you got it. No. It's some Kidian parts.
Some Kittian. Is that one of the
Some
cat? Is that
kitties parts.
one of
Some
the
kitties
dancers in Cats? Let's meet some Kittian
parts. Some Kidian parts.
That's the craziest musical I've ever seen in my
It's
He
entire
so
saw
life.
it, and he was
bonkers.
like,
Oh, you just
What
saw
did
it.
you
Yeah.
just say? That you were like, we're 2 hours in, and they're still introducing themselves.
Yeah. It's insane.
It's insane.
Just more cats.
Somehow we got. This is what really flex our social media influence is that we got free tickets to Cats when we were in New York like 2
Yes.
years ago, and it was me and Mamrie and Tyler Oakley.
Oh
and
my god! I
we
killed
were
to see
we
it
were
with you
sitting
guys.
there, and I knew it was a crazy musical, but I had no idea that it's.
Had any of you seen it? Had any
I
of you
remember
seen
when
it?
I was younger at my stepmom, my dad's place when I was there for like visitation one weekend. I was like bored and everyone was kind of doing their own thing. And my stepmom had a VHS of Cats. And I was like, this looks cool. I like
yes.
musicals. I was in like fourth grade and I put
yeah.
it in and I started watching it. I was like, I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah,
No.
like it makes you feel
do
like
not.
it's not for you when you're a kid watching
Right,
Cats. You're like, this is an adult thing. I'm
I
gonna
was like,
move
there's
away.
something oddly sexual about this and scary, and I don't like it.
Yeah,
So I
scary
turned it
for
off.
sure.
I
Yeah.
saw a Fresno production of Cats
Oh
when I
my
was
God.
younger.
Oh my God.
You might want to keep that under
Here's
wraps.
the thing. The thing that is the most beautiful, and it might have formed a real pocket on my brain. Speaking of forming, it literally none of the male guys, they were all in spandex, and none of them had dance belts on.
Oh no.
So as like an 11, 12-year-old, the only thing I could think of was just like this giant moose knuckles. Like,
Jellicle cats, jellicle
and they're all amateur
Jellicles,
dancers
cats,
too. And I
jellicles.
literally was just like fully scarred. Just looking at all of them. Mr. Mistopheles just really.
I
and
just
congrats
and
to
it's,
Mr.
and it's
Mistopheles.
and if you really like
Congrats
analyze,
to Mrs.
Wait.
Mistopheles.
oh yes, indeed.
Meow, if you will.
Lock it down. Yeah, we actually. Did I knock over? Fuck, I knew it. I knew it would happen, and I'm sorry.
It's okay.
And I apologize.
The weirdest thing about Cats though is like if you really like break down like what it's about, it's like I mean I think and I'm kind
Is
of
it like
like
a class
in a disjointed
dichotomy? Or?
well in a disjointed way. I think it's like T.S. Eliot or something. Like does anybody know? Like
yeah, I
think
mean,
it's-
I know who
it's-
she is.
it's either T.S. Eliot or someone wrote this book about cats.
Yeah.
And it's basically like poems about
Right.
cats.
Something like that.
And then they adapted that book into a musical, but I guess the estate was like, in order to make this into a musical, like you cannot change any of the words. You can't change any of the wording. And so they
it's
made
Weber,
this.
right? It's Andrew Lloyd Webber.
I don't know. Yeah, I think
yeah,
it might
yeah,
be Andrew
it
Lloyd
is,
Webber.
100%.
So it's
Yeah.
okay. So
Yeah.
so basically, it's like if you're really listening to the music, like barely any of it rhymes.
Oh, yeah, no.
It doesn't make any sense.
Nope.
It's
God, I
just and
love
it
it.
literally is cats just introducing themselves for an entire show. And then finally you get this like the Grisabella cat which sings Memory, which is
Right.
like beautiful
And
song.
everyone's just waiting for that song.
Right, everyone's waiting for that
that
song. And then what happens is I guess it's like Old Deuteronomy, who I love by the way. The
we've
guy in the
all-
big
a
like fuzzy
treat.
Old
Yeah.
Deuteronomy.
That's you. That's
I
your
love
part.
Old
A
Deuteronomy.
dream part.
Yeah, because during the intermission he just sits on stage.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That part happened. I was like, someone gave me mushrooms before I came in here.
Why the fuck is that guy over there?
It's like, does he know he could leave the stage?
Yeah, or like, does anybody else see him? Because I think. But I love it. And then I was really like focusing on Old Deuteronomy this time because it's the second time I've seen it. And I was like,
really gave it my all.
but I was just like, I couldn't play any of these fucking cats because they're
believe in
just
you.
no, they're just like these acrobats,
light.
and they're just like they're light on their feet,
Yeah.
and they're just like beautiful dancers.
I don't think you're giving yourself enough credit.
But old Deuteronomy is just like he's supposed to be old and
Yeah.
like, and so all the cats kind of like help him around the stage, and then he sits for like most of the show, and I was like, I could do that.
Dream
You can do
part.
it,
I can
Deuteronomy.
sit in
Yeah,
a
you
big
should be old
cat
Deuteronomy.
costume.
I
But-
forgot. Yeah, that it's insane. And then there's like an alien spaceship or something.
No,
that comes in.
this is what it is.
Okay.
Old Deuteronomy has the ability to basically choose a cat
Right,
to
that gets-
move on to death, essentially.
yeah, that's what happened at the end. They start
Doesn't it
raising
ever
this
make you
girl
wonder,
up.
like, what
Yeah.
Coke fueled? Like, if Andrew Lloyd,
I mean, it's-
so there's cats, and you're like, oh
And
my
old
god,
Deuteronomy sends
They're like,
Isabella to
sure,
heaven.
whatever,
There's
Mr.
also-
Weber.
It was really distracting when we went and saw it because there's one cat that we saw in the playbill named like Marmy or something.
Yeah.
And then she came out and she looked exactly like Mamrie.
That's hard.
Wait, her
That
real
is-
name was
Her
Marmy?
cat's
The
name
cat's
was like
name is like
Oh, the
Marmy
cat's
or
name
something.
was
yeah,
that.
and I was like, well, this is funny. This is basically your name.
You've
And then she
got to
came
be
out and she
kidding
was
me.
just like frazzled red hair and a maniac. And we just all grabbed each other. We're like, oh no.
It's
And then-
you.
Yeah, then we got to meet the cats after the show.
Congratulations.
I got to meet old
We got
Deuteronomy.
some sweet Instagrams out of it and some merch. And then I got
Wow.
I was single Grace and I got drunk and I went and I hooked up with someone and I kept
With
my
one of the
cat
cats?
merch the whole time.
Please.
I was like doing a walk of shame in the morning with a bag of cat merch.
Like the
I
cat
just was doing cat
I
ears.
Delicate cats,
Delicate cats.
I was like, I don't care what you think about me. I got free merch and I'm not leaving
Oh,
it at your
I am not
place.
an idiot. This is at least $38 worth of t-shirts.
Hats.
But I will say, so it's a lot of shit talk about this show, but it's like it's a classic. It's like the first time they did like.
You have to see it. It's so unbelievable.
I mean, it's
I
just
do
really
wanna
a
make a
bonkers
dogs
spectacle.
one.
Yeah.
Where did you see it? Here in LA?
I saw it at the Pantages. Yeah.
Oh,
But I also
God.
saw it in New York.
Yeah, that's where we
And
saw
which
in New
one
York.
was better?
I mean,
I would contend the Fresno University.
honestly, I thought Rumple Teaser and what Rum Tum Thomas or whatever his name. What, Rum Tum Tugger. Well, I think it's like there's these two characters that come out, and one of them's called Rumple Teaser, and they dance together, and they just talk about how they're like full of mischief and shit.
Oh yeah, yeah, and they're like clearly like dance partners.
Yeah, and they're the
And-
mischievous
Yeah,
cats
yeah.
of the show.
They're the Astaire
I liked
and-
the Pantages performance of that instead. But Mr. Mistopheles, who is like the most magical
Yeah, he's a big
Yeah.
deal.
cat, and with his jacket that like lights up and has
Yeah.
like LEDs
Huge.
and stuff.
I forgot about
Like
that, yeah.
he does apparently one of the most complicated dances in like Broadway or
Really?
something. Yeah, and so you're watching him just spinning around on the stage, and it's just like a spectacle of like amazing.
Yeah.
How high
abilities.
were you during
Oh,
this?
very.
Oh,
Yeah,
and
okay.
if you're not, you
As-
feel so high.
Yeah, right. But like, if you do, like, at one
Oh,
point,
yeah.
the cats are like in the rows, and they're like coming up to you and shit. I was like, do not touch me! Do not touch me! Do not touch me! Do not touch me!
You're gonna get into some bad stuff if you touch your cat.
Don't touch me!
Oh my
not
God.
touch me.
Okay,
Anyway.
I'm glad we've all had a
Wow.
shared cat
We got
experience.
cats out of our
We got
system.
cats out of our system.
Truly.
But
Okay, we're gonna take a quick break. When we get back, we have more with Steve Zaragoza and Lee Newton of the Valley Folk. We'll be right back.
Not too deep.
This episode of Not Too Deep is brought to you by my dear friends over at Third Love. With more than 70 sizes, including their signature half cup sizes, Third Love designs bras with breast size and shape in mind for a perfect fit and premium feel. Just answer a few simple questions via Third Love's Fit Finder quiz to find your perfect fit in 60 seconds. Then, thanks to Third Love's 100% fit guarantee, you can wear, wash, and put your bra to the test for 60 days. And if you don't love it, you can return it, and Third Love will wash it and donate it to a woman in need. This is hands down the most comfortable bra you'll own, with straps that won't slip, tagless labels, and lightweight, super thin memory foam cups. You guys know me. I talk about sports bras as if I have some sort of investment in the sports bra community. I love comfort, and these bras are actually the most comfortable actual bras I own. They make me feel like an actual woman and not just like a wannabe soccer player. So highly recommend. Third Love knows there's a perfect bra for everyone. So right now they're offering you beautiful listeners 15% off your first order. Go to thirdlove.com/grace now to find your perfect fitting bra and get 15% off your first purchase. That's thirdlove.com/grace for 15% off today.
Not too deep.
You would not believe that this episode of Not Too Deep is sponsored by Squarespace. You got it. You nailed it. Turn your dream into a reality with Squarespace. They make it easier than ever to launch your passion project, whether you're looking to start a new business, showcase your work, publish content, sell your products, or more. Squarespace is the tool for you with beautiful templates created by world-class designers and the ability to customize just about anything with a few clicks. You can easily make a beautiful website yourself. Squarespace's powerful e-commerce functionality lets you sell anything online with analytics that help you grow your site in real time. And everything is optimized for mobile right out of the box. There's nothing to patch or upgrade ever. Thank God, because I don't know what that means. Buying domains is simple, and you'll get the help you need with Squarespace's 24/7 award-winning customer support. Squarespace empowers millions of people, from designers to lawyers, artists to gamers, even restaurants and gyms, to turn great ideas into something real. Head to squarespace.com/grace for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, use the offer code GRACE to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. That's squarespace.com/grace, offer code GRACE.
That's all I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
Because I remember just being like, whoa, over and over and over again. The first time it's being like, this is, how are they allowed? What?
Well,
Who
and
let this happen?
and you're looking
It
at
is
like,
a lot of who let
well, because
this
it's like
happen.
from the 70s or something.
Right.
And but it's like we're in the 2000s now, right? And then we're, and you're watching these people on stage, and they're just like, the things that they're doing and saying.
Yeah,
And
it's also
it's just
rich
like-
people. So like rich people they purported it. Like they literally, is that the right word I'm thinking of? But like literally,
Sure.
they made it continue.
But
Some late
the
Diane
long-
and Carol came home and were like, and then there was these
It was
cats,
delightful.
and he was like nighttime,
And they're
it was
in
like
this place.
But also,
and such
you-
good dancers.
Did you guys both go to theater school?
I
Yes,
did
of
not, but I
course.
took
You did
drama in
not.
high
Okay.
school.
But
yeah.
you have to imagine you're watching these people writhe around ridiculously, and they're like, but they all went to school and studied all kinds of crazy
they
stuff.
did all of
and
it.
that's the
This is
thing.
their dream.
That's the thing. And I'm thinking about this. I'm like looking at these actors' faces while they're jumping around. They're doing like
Yeah.
all the like,
Yes,
stuff.
and like being
And I'm
in
just thinking
character.
like, what makes you like choose to do Cats?
Right.
And like, there's so many productions
Yeah.
going on at one
Right.
time in LA and New York and Paris or like
Well,
London. or
and you know that there is that one a-hole in the back that like is fully Mistopheles from like
yeah.
8 a.m.
Yeah,
like he's
yeah,
in
yeah.
character.
Oh, yeah.
He's
100%.
knocking things off the edges of things.
and he's like doing this.
Yeah,
He's like,
he's literally like, oh, don't talk. Oh, no, don't talk to Daniel. Daniel's in full Mistopheles right now.
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh, no.
also, don't call him Daniel.
Yeah, you call him Mister.
But it's like the reason that you like, it's like what you're seeing on the stage is like the reason why drama kids are like made fun of.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
hands down.
it seems like a parody of a musical.
Yes. It's like taken way too seriously.
I want to do dogs. I'm serious about this, Steve. Let's write it.
I don't know why Dogs hasn't happened.
I
to
don't
be
It's gonna be
know.
30 minutes long, and
I mean, it's gonna be better because dogs are better.
dogs are better.
It's very true.
Grace has questions, Steve. We haven't answered a single question
You
unless
have.
you consider
You
it
answered
being
one. Which one is
cat
Grace?
questions. Oh, the
baby.
soul bird
The
right here.
baby.
Baby Bumble Baby.
No, what would be your dream role for you guys? I mean, we kind of heard Steve's.
Oh, wow. Besides
Mr.
old
Mistopheles.
Deuteronomy?
I mean, old Deuteronomy. Yeah,
You mean
yeah.
in cat specifically or in
I mean,
general?
Deuteronomy's
In a-
not my dream role, but are you
If
talking
had
about
a-
musicals?
Musicals.
Oh.
It is tough. I mean, it's tough because all the women ones are always very fragile and have like gigantic voices, which I do not. So I feel like I would have to literally just be something. What's like a legally insane side part role that I could handle?
I mean,
know?
you could
let's
do
say
like a Grease, like a,
We did that in high school. It was awful. It was
Yeah.
honestly one
no.
of my mother, who says the nicest things about everything, walked away being like, "You were in a show," and it was like.
I mean, I just know that there's like theater people that are listening to this right now that are like, Lee would be perfect for
Oh my
this.
God! Yeah,
If
let
I
'em
could
know.
sing properly any of the Wicked, anything.
Sure,
obviously.
yeah.
If I could sing properly.
Let's say, hypothetically,
and do
you have
hypothetically.
an amazing voice that can be
Yes.
fit into any role.
Hypothetically, and Wicked,
Yeah.
and all that madness, and
Yeah.
all that,
Are you going
know,
good witch or bad
bad witch always. That's that's the far superior role. I think we
Is she
can
the
all
one that
agree.
goes, defying gravity?
And she's like,
Can I just
And
say,
then powerful.
lifter. And you're like,
There are two for me
Okay.
that are dream roles. One of them has always been Seymour in Little Shop of Horrors.
Oh, you'd be great at
always
that.
wanted to
And
do
you would
it.
be so good as Elder Price.
That's the other one.
Okay.
Cunningham.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Elder
I
Cunningham.
think it's
Sorry.
Cunningham.
Yes.
Is it Cunningham or
Yeah.
Pratt?
The one that Josh Gad was?
Cunningham.
Yes.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
would be
Yeah,
so
Josh
good
Gad.
as
That would be, you'd be great.
Yeah, someone just
great.
asked me to do like a version of it in a YouTube-y thing.
Yeah.
and I was like 100%. I don't care where it's
Yeah.
going. I just
I will
want to
pay
be Elder
you to let me
Cunningham.
do this.
Please.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
That's so
yeah,
fun.
that's a really good one.
What
Those
am
are
I
very
in,
good.
Grace?
Yeah, what would you be? If
I
you
can't
could?
sing at all.
But we're saying if you could, because I get to be the bad witch. If we can do
I'm
that.
trying to think. Oh, I haven't seen yet, but I'm sure it's fun. Legally Blonde.
Yeah, it's good. I actually did that
you
in
see
like
it?
we did like excerpts of it in
Oh.
college and stuff, and so I did.
Oh, was
it's
it?
really cute.
It existed by then?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
it was like I mean, it was later in college, okay, so you don't need to. But
He
no,
is
I did
43
excerpts
years
of
old.
it, and then the spelling bee. That's a really good one too.
Oh, so I've never seen that
That's
one.
a really really good one. There's like parts in there that you're like, oh, I love that. I would 100% want to be in that Arrested Development musical that like you're
Is that-
Oh, crook,
Captain Hook.
Throw
What?
the hook,
Captain Hook. That's
Oh.
what I want.
I
I
didn't
want
know
to
there was an
actually
Arrested
put
Development
that.
musical.
There's like
no,
a,
it's like
it's
within
a
the
reference.
show.
Oh,
it's like
oh.
That
yeah,
they
yeah,
just
yeah,
keep
yeah.
reference. They keep going back
Gotcha.
to like Captain Hook the musical, and every single
I
time
can't
I
remember
see
who
it,
it was. Was it?
I think it's both of like all of them are in
Tobias
it.
was in it or
And,
something. Or no, it was
it's
George or George not George Senior, but what's the?
it's Jason Bateman's role.
character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But every time I see it, I want to write out the full musical. Like every time I see it, I want to be like,
I'm sure
oh my
they
god.
have. I'm sure it
My friend
exists.
Jimmy, last year, and he's a brilliant minded boy, but he literally took the one woman play from La La Land, and he wrote it all out. It was
that's
like
great.
So Long Boulder
Oh.
City. It went to New York. Like he
Really?
did so. Oh, and he's such a feral performer, and he's such a wild man. His mind is so brilliant that he just did a drag version of Emma Stone and So Long Boulder
Wow.
City, and
Oh
it
my
was
God.
also, and it plays to every single thing that you think. Because you watch that show and you're like, that's a horrible
Yeah,
one
who
woman
would
show.
go to see
That is
that?
a
Yeah.
nightmare. No wonder he didn't come to see
Yeah,
you.
who cares about this
that's-
girl?
And
We
also,
wanna hear
there's
about her
no way
story.
you could get cast in a huge movie after that.
No.
But he does all of it. Like he he
That's
goes
amazing.
into the full insanity of it all, and it was brilliant. And every time I see it, I'm like, oh, that's what
so
you do.
good.
With that.
I don't know how you guys haven't written a Valley Folk musical yet.
I
Oh,
mean,
we have. I have it. We have.
You're like we have.
We
I mean,
have.
I have.
We
it.
did one. I had one, but we just didn't have the production time, and it was a Christmas musical, and
Oh,
it was
really?
very bad, like very bad.
I mean,
but-
I got to write musical-y things all the time. Like
Yeah.
in SourceFed, I did a Benjamin Franklin time
yeah,
traveler
you
Oh, yeah.
did.
musical, and John Cozart was like Nikola Tesla.
Oh, it was great.
Oh, that's great.
And no, Brie was Nikola Tesla. John Cozart was.
I don't remember who.
Oh, maybe like the telephone, Alexander Graham Bell or something. Shit, I can't remember. But
Sounds great.
oh no,
we'll do
he was
it.
Hamilton. He was Hamilton. He was
Oh.
Alexander Hamilton.
Oh,
yeah.
Because it was like Hamilton was coming for Ben Franklin,
Yeah.
and Ben Franklin wanted to make a musical like Hamilton, and so I got like Megan Tonjes, and I got like all these cool Steven Suptic's in it, and
Oh,
like
that's great.
It's just, I got to
Madness.
write like I actually wrote it from the
Yeah.
ground up, like the music, the lyrics, and
Really?
everything. It was so fun. I had a great time. It's just like a time consuming.
Yeah,
we'll
yeah.
get there, Grace. If that's
Yeah.
what you want, we'll make
just
you a Valley
saying.
Folk musical.
Give the people what they want.
There
Elliot
is-
does not sing, but
Yeah,
he
I know,
can
but
dance.
no.
Oh,
I know.
he can
I
dance.
asked him about his karaoke song one time, and he's like, "Singing's like the one thing I don't do."
He just
doesn't
That
do
he's
it.
like embarrassed.
He
by
does.
it.
Oh,
As
he will
long as we've
not.
known him, I have never heard him
And
sing
actually,
an entire
one time,
song.
no, this is true. One time we were all singing along and we heard him, and literally all of us looked at each other and just stopped. We were like, it's like when you like hear like a baby singing along, and you're like, oh, quiet, quiet, quiet. Like it literally was
I mean,
one of
he
those that
sings.
we were like,
Yeah, he'll sing along.
and then he was like, and he like
gets
immediately was
shy.
like, calm, calm.
We're gonna make him do it.
We'll make him do it.
Just
He has
for
never,
that.
though.
Yeah, you have to break the seal.
He's
I
been
was
to
like,
karaoke probably 75 times with us and has never.
That's what he said. He's
once.
like, I don't have a song because I don't do karaoke. And I was like,
I mean-
karaoke's not supposed to be for only people that
doesn't
can
know,
sing.
I
It's the
know.
great equalizer.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where, like, I bet if we got him into one of those like room karaoke things,
Where the
No,
safer
I've
like
space.
done it with him.
Koreatown.
I've done
No, but
it.
I'm telling you, like, we get him a little liquored up, and then
Yeah.
it's like pick a Weezer song, or it's like let's duet a Weezer
Yeah, I
song.
think it's a duet. I think
and
it's
then I'll
Oh,
just stay
yeah,
away
yeah.
from the mic a little.
You're just like, my mic isn't working.
We
I
can
don't
do
know.
this. We can do this.
I think it'd be fun. Yeah.
Island
and
in the Sun. Just here he is.
Ugh.
Beautiful. I love it.
Hash pipe or
I
something.
love it.
Is it called hash pipe or half pipe?
I don't
Is that
know.
Weezer song?
I don't think it's
Dun,
hash
dun,
pipe.
dun,
I
dun,
didn't know
dun,
that
dun,
I've
dun,
learned
dun,
so much
dun.
about Weezer in the last like
I'm so
month
sorry.
that I thought it was
Someone
a joke.
actually noticed a direct eye contact that you made when Elliot brought up Weezer. You literally like you
at
looked
the
down the
podcast?
barrel. You literally were like, he was like, I'd like to talk about the Weezer album, and he went, like you literally like, bingo.
Well, I thought it was for sure a joke. Like at
Twas
first
not.
when he first started telling me how much he likes Weezer, I was like,
mean-
oh, this is a funny bit that you do. Oh, and then I was like, oh, never mind.
What a hilarious bit that
I
you
was
do.
like, I got bits like I like Kid Rock. You know?
Yeah.
We're all
And I was
goofy.
like,
Well,
oh,
he's
no,
from
you
Florida,
genuinely-
Grace.
Yeah, no, he's literally Florida
Yeah,
man.
he's a
yeah.
Florida
it's like in
man.
his bones.
Yeah, I thought
Yeah.
I was trash.
Oh,
Yeah.
Doesn't that feel nice though when you meet someone that makes you feel like a little
You at least
princess?
Like
want to
really
date someone who's
capable.
Less trash.
Yeah.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. You got to be less trash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dylan
I'm
went
the
to
trashy
college
one
though,
in my
so I'm the trashy
relationship.
one in mine too. Yeah.
You didn't go to college?
No,
I didn't
did not.
finish college.
Oh, okay. Wow. All right. Both of
I-
you
I
got
know
very-
I
It's a
did not go
sensitive
to
subject.
college.
We don't believe in college.
Okay, moving on.
Okay.
Has there been? I asked Joe and Ellie a little bit about this. Of
Oh,
like,
okay.
is there the way you guys work? Is there like a safe word when things go too far?
We've
No.
wanted one.
Okay.
I was just saying this. We've wanted one. Like, for instance, when like Steve will go too hard on a bit and it will make someone angry, like we just experienced with Elliot on a podcast. And there's been times where he's done stuff with me that I want to just punch him in the face. And I'm positive I've done stuff where the boys are like, kill her now.
I mean,
we've-
we're just making good content.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly what it is. But we've had one that we've been like, we should have a safe word that like is that word that no matter what, it's like,
a
I'll stop
respect,
the bit.
yeah.
No, we don't
I get
need
it.
it. We don't need
We
it.
don't need
100% need it.
No, we
It's
don't.
just you like to harbor anger and
We
resentment.
just-
I think we need it.
Here's what we do.
I think we do.
We keep our set pretty closed. It's
Yeah.
like the four of us and Kevin, or the four of us and Kevin and Kate,
Right.
or a mixture
Whatever,
of the
yeah.
two. And it's like we're just in this circle of trust. It's like anything we say in this room, anything we do in this room.
Yeah.
If it's like if it makes someone uncomfortable, if someone's pissed off, then they have the right to be like it doesn't go in,
Just
or
say
like we can
that.
cut it
Yeah,
out or
that's
whatever.
true.
Okay.
We
It's
do
just
have
kind
that.
of this unwritten thing we just have. We don't need a safe word because if we had a safe word, it would like instantly kill that
The bit,
moment.
yeah,
I
it
feel
would
like,
kill
and then
the
everyone
bit.
would be like, "Okay, moving on."
Well, and you would know that it actually, because I think there has been moments where we have 100% like upset each other, like
Yeah.
without
I mean,
a
you
doubt.
guys have worked in such close quarters for
Yes.
so long. It's just inevitable.
and we
that
are
that
like,
happens.
for lack of a better word, like imesh. Like we are
Yeah.
like, we are, it's gross.
yes, but there's also that like the audience isn't quite sure, like because
If if the anger is a
so
bit.
Yeah, yeah.
the turn signal thing. With
That
Yeah, I
Elliot,
haven't even listened to it yet.
You
which
don't
is
need
like
to.
okay, so
it's just him getting pissed off.
abridged. Elliot, like we're on our podcast on the Valley Cast. We all bring up subjects,
Right.
And we were all doing these subjects, and Joe ran to go get lottery tickets because that was
Gracie
his
was
subject.
there. We already said
Right. Well, I'm explaining to
this
the
audience,
audience.
yeah.
Yeah,
Sure,
this is an
sure.
audience explanation. And then so Elliot goes, so my topic is about turn signals. And I said, can I go with Joe? I want to leave the room.
And then
Elliot
you proceeded to play a turn signal sound like
over
click,
and
click,
over
click,
and
click,
over
click,
again.
click,
God.
click,
But here's
click.
the thing. Elliot seems incredibly upset. And he seems like he's done and over it. And he's like, I'll leave and he'll do all
Yeah.
this shit. But then when we're done, he's like, that was great. I loved it. I love every minute
Yeah.
of it. And then the audience, like, there was this one comment on the video where like someone wrote out this whole thing that was just like, okay, here's why Elliot should have calmed down. Elliot should calm down. Steve was just being this, and I can't believe Elliot
I
got mad.
love
And
that.
it's just
That's
like
amazing.
the audience can't really tell
Yeah.
when we're I mean,
when the bit goes
But
too
honestly,
far.
when we're actually angry at each other,
Yeah.
what you'll get is like someone is just more quiet than the other person.
Oh, yeah,
You won't
yeah.
even get a bit out of
No.
them.
You won't get a reaction.
Right.
No.
Like
Yeah.
Elliot is obviously
And we like do like a weird
overreacting.
diffusing
Yeah.
where it's like, let's go for a walk or let's talk this out.
Yeah.
Like that's like
No,
when
that's
it really
healthy.
is that.
Because you guys
But
have been
I still think we need a source, safe word. Like
suggestions are
No,
welcome.
we don't need it.
Cantaloupe.
It's
It's a
been
bit killer.
it's a bit killer. That's the safe word, bit killer.
Yeah.
Bit killer.
Bit killer.
Because it's been a year, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's been a year,
Since
and then
we-
it's been 7 years of being like close friends.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it is fully that like
It's so
there's
nuts.
nothing I don't
I mean,
know.
we used
Yeah.
to all be in the same room years ago, 4 years, and then
Yeah.
we kind of like everyone went their separate ways, and we still kept in touch. But then like we came right back into the being all around each other again.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
For this whole year, we've been doing the Valley Folk, and it's just been like Oh yeah, now I remember.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, now
now
I
I
remember.
remember.
Yeah, well, how's it been? And we talked to Joe and Elliot about this too. Like in the last year, what's been like the biggest learning curve for you guys?
I hate it. I don't want to be a
business.
part of it.
I am
I'm
no
losing my
longer.
mind.
This
Because
is my
we
announcement.
asked, we have a lot of Twitter questions, and a lot of them are about like working with your friends and like how to,
I mean,
even start a
the
successful
positive
business.
is that I would say, I'll speak for Steve on this. We do have fun it's a
Yeah.
blast. Every single day we're laughing, we're making each other laugh. It is so much fun. There's
Yeah.
no other realm in which I would want to be doing this kind of stuff.
Right.
Is like, and I do realize like I have other friends and I'll hang out with them and I realize like the reason why I gravitate so much towards these boys is because our main goal is honestly to make each other laugh. Like,
And we're
that
so
is-
on the same page with our senses
we
of
are.
humor.
It's
Yeah.
so weird, and so it's a very weird thing to experience with other like performers and whatever. But the biggest learning curve has been business. We're creatives. And we
Right.
have we're idiots when it comes to literally
because
like
you guys are doing it all
there was
yourselves.
a bill underneath like
we have
a
no idea
stack
what
of
we're doing.
papers, and we all were like, "When did we get this?
I mean, honestly, if it
Did
wasn't
anyone
for
see this coming here?"
if it wasn't for Joe, I feel like we
Yes.
would have been
Oh, yeah.
evicted already.
100%.
Yeah, because he's more of that business savvy
And
side.
he's also like
Yeah.
a dad. He's also
Right.
like he 100%.
He puts out the fires everywhere.
Yes, he is a leader. He always has exuded leadership qualities, but we literally are like deferring to
We have-
you.
yeah.
We have this guy that works next door to us, and
does
he
not
just so
like
happens
us.
his main
really?
office is right next. We share the wall
share
with
a
our
wall.
writer's room
Oh, no.
and his office,
Yeah.
and so we're in here going like Jellicle Cat Sunday, and we're all stomping our feet,
Screaming.
and it's like Joe will get a text, and he'll just be like, "Please, please, it's him."
Also,
it's our neighbor.
what he
what
does,
does he do?
like,
Oh no, you don't want to know this.
Oh.
You don't
do
wanna know
I mean,
this.
we can say
He's-
kind of, but he tests children's like intellect and like basically he's testing ADHD
child
kids and a
psych-
child
Oh,
psychologist.
okay.
But he
He's a
also
child
needs them
psychologist.
to be able to pay attention, and we're in the
Oh,
background being
no.
like,
Well,
So
and not only
probably
that,
if they've exhibited like ADHD
Yeah.
behavior, they're certainly going to there
Oh,
because
yeah.
they're just like, what's that sound?
There's
Why is
also-
there gunshots?
there's also like right under us is like a doctor.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
and
wow.
we're just like, and we're stomping our feet, and we're just like running, and Joe's kid is there, and he's running
Yeah,
around
yeah,
the
yeah.
office and throwing toys at the wall, and it's just like
Literally slamming
there-
them down.
like in the same complex as our office, there's also this like massage place.
Wow, what
and
smorgasbord of
It's-
stuff
dude,
going
we
on
shouldn't
there.
be there.
I mean, it's LA. It's LA.
we should
It's-
Yeah.
not be there.
But I was looking at because my back was hurting really bad the other day, and I was like, maybe I'll go get a massage at this place. And we haven't done it, and they were like offering us a discount for being like tenants of the building or
Okay.
whatever. And so I was looking into it on Yelp, and like almost every review was like, massage is great. You can hear every step upstairs, every single step, and it's like,
That is so
uh-oh.
funny.
Sorry.
That is
It's so funny. And it is one of those where like we should be out in a field somewhere, like how loud we are, what we do.
Right.
And then like, and part of our work, we were reading through a script the other day, and part of it was like us screaming, "Don't stop believing." We were just like,
Yeah.
ah,
and then we just heard bang on the wall.
and we're like, we
Oh,
are
there it
actually
is.
working.
Oh,
Like it's not.
yeah, we're not goofing off.
Yeah, I
This
mean,
is
how
our
much
job.
how much of a defense do we have though
Yes.
with that?
Yeah.
It's like this is our job, but it's like this guy's like helping kids get
Right, right.
And we're like,
healthy. Yeah.
sorry, we need to sing.
We're not. But I will say, in regards to like working with your friends and stuff, I feel like it's probably a bad idea. Like
Joe
just.
said something similar.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's just.
it's not
I'm just being
great.
real. I mean, like
but your situation's unique. I think you guys have all worked together in the past.
Well, and that's the
Yes.
thing. Like, we weren't friends before we were thrown into this room together.
Right.
So we like developed a friendship based around this type of work. So
Right.
it kind of like works out that way.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's like, I mean, we are all four of us married essentially. Like
Yeah.
we are
Yeah.
sharing this business. If anything happens, we're all equally screwed.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
we have this, this obligation to kind of like be there for each other.
Sure.
But it's like, I mean, look, at the end of the day, we're making like fun videos and we're having fun as
Yeah.
friends, but it's like the stresses of that are very
Yeah.
real, as
Yeah.
you know, and as a lot of people know, and
Yeah.
the stresses of life are real. And, it's hard to be in a situation where you're like piled with stress, and you're also like maybe stuff's happening in your personal life.
Sure.
And then like all this stuff's happening, and then it's like now sit on a couch and be funny with these people who are like,
Yeah.
you know, who also are feeling the same way, stressed out in their lives. Or
Yeah,
in their,
that's
or,
been the biggest learning curve is
you know?
balancing that.
Yeah.
journey.
Yeah, and I think at SourceFed we always had someone who was like, there was always like a person in charge, and then there was like a
It's
producer.
important to have someone to
Yeah.
hate.
You know,
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
what Kevin's there for.
Yeah,
right. That is what Kevin's
But
there
he's such
for.
our little angel that we're
Yeah.
literally like our baby.
Well, he's our
Yeah.
angel we hate. But the thing is it's really one of those things where
He's
it's
the
like
only one anyone listens to too, which is so funny.
we're all in charge of each other, and we're all
Yeah.
on equal ground, and
Mm-hmm.
it's like difficult to kind of like maintain that as a professional.
Yeah.
Because it's like, how do we even fucking
Yeah,
do
that's
that? you
true.
know?
Yeah,
It's very
no,
true.
it's
We're learning.
nuts. Yeah, I mean, it's got to be a huge learning curve because it's literally you're just building something out of nothing,
Yep.
and then you're all hoping for the best. But
Yeah.
also, I think it's too managing, like knowing your limitations and being like, I can't do the business side of
That
things.
really is a big part of it. Is
Yeah.
literally being like, I don't know. Like
Yeah.
anytime I go into that channel at all, I'm like, I will ruin something. I know I will. Like I
Don't
will
let
fully,
me touch this.
I will try my best, but I promise you,
Yeah.
things will get deleted.
Yeah,
we will
yeah,
have
yeah.
a new
Yeah.
page. It'll. I did it on my phone, and I'm somehow I'm like a different Valley folk.
Yeah, it's weird.
I'm like,
And it's like
oh,
our
no.
main Valley Folk account has like Lee's name on it.
I don't
like
know.
in the back end, and it's like,
I
what is
can't.
this? What happened?
I don't know.
I will say
I
this
tried.
though. It is important to note that as far as our friendships go, 100% we are able to be ourselves like
Oh, that
fully.
is so true.
And
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
really a rare thing. I mean, like
You guys are all very non-judgmental people.
we're just who
and
we
I
are.
think you guys. It seems like from the outside that it's just a group of people that all want the same thing.
Yeah.
And respect each other.
And not
That
only do we
really
all
is
want the
it.
same thing, we all want to make each other laugh, and we all do make each other laugh. And laughter is such an important part of
Yeah.
each one of our lives that it's just this like symbiotic kind of like
Yeah.
It is a very weird.
it just makes it easier, you know, especially since you don't, I mean, there are people who work at jobs that are like hiding who they really are, and
Yeah.
they're afraid to let those walls down around
Yeah.
people and become friends with coworkers. But it really is such a weight off of your shoulder when you meet people who you can truly be yourself
Yeah.
around. And,
Totally.
and they like it. They
Yeah,
like you.
for better or worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's the truth. Is we are, I don't think any of us hold anything back at all.
No.
We certainly don't.
And it seems like you all genuinely care for each other. Then if one of
Yeah.
you comes in with like an outside problem, that you
Yes,
would all be like,
that's very
let's fix
true.
this.
Yeah.
Let's help you.
I mean, if I had to put them all in an order of who I care about more,
Yeah, of course. So who is it?
There's
Now
certainly an
we get
order.
to the
Joe first.
ranking
Yeah.
portion of the
And then-
podcast.
Yeah.
well, Joe first because he has kids, not
and
because he's a good
mom-
person.
But
or
no,
anything.
just Joe first. Actually, it's like Kevin first.
Yeah, Kevin.
Oh, yeah,
well,
let's be real.
Kevin verse. Oh God,
Let's
yes.
be real. Okay, we're gonna take another quick break, and when we get back, we're gonna get into these Twitter questions.
I'm
we'll be right
ready.
back.
Not too deep.
This episode of Not Too Deep is brought to you by Hum. Hum Nutrition is all about making you look and feel your best. Each specific supplement packs a combo of potent ingredients designed for specific aims like clearer skin, boosted energy, or fuller hair, and is backed by clinical results. Hum focuses on preventing concerns and long-term care and repair, not damage control and covering up. Their inside-out approach to beauty goes beyond a skincare regimen alone to give you great results. Hum's products are sustainably sourced, non-GMO, and free of soy, gluten, artificial colors, and preservatives, plus lots of vegan options. Try supplements like the Daily Cleanse, Hair Sweet Hair Growth Gummies, Uber Energy, and more. If you aren't sure what you need, go to humnutrition.com/get_started to take a quiz and get personalized recommendations from Hum's team of registered dietitians. To make things even easier, Hum offers a monthly vitamin subscription that's affordable, flexible, and convenient.
I mean, Hair Sweet Hair Growth Gummies. One, you know I love a gummy vitamin. Two, you know I need to grow my hair out 'cause my extensions have ravished my scalp uncontrollably. So three, this is my best case scenario. I'm all for it.
Go to humnutrition.com/get_started for personalized recommendations and get 20% off your purchase with code GRACE. That's humnutrition.com/get_started and code GRACE.
Not too deep.
This episode of Not Too Deep is brought to you by Lisa. Lisa believes that a bed is more than just a place to sleep. It's a place for relaxation and rest. And they believe that everybody has the right to rest. That's every body has the right to rest. That's why they make 2 awesome mattresses plus accessories and bases to give your body the deep rest it needs. The all-foam Lisa mattress is new and improved, including cooling LSA 200 foam for enhanced pressure relief for side sleepers. That's me. Their Sapira hybrid mattress is the perfect combination of foam and spring for pressure relief and edge-to-edge support. Lisa's mission is to provide a better night's sleep for every body. And from day one, Lisa set out to create a company with heart. That's why they donate 1 mattress for every 10 they sell to organizations that work in causes like foster care prevention. To date, they've donated more than 32,000 mattresses through more than 1,000 nonprofits. I have one of their mattresses. It is absolutely wonderful. It's just, I barely sleep, and this thing really helps me get there. Plus, knowing that you're sleeping on something that donates to a good cause is, it really helps you fall asleep knowing that the world isn't as terrible as you think it is. Get 15% off your entire order at lisa.com/grace, and you use promo code GRACE. That's LEESA.com/grace, promo code GRACE.
Okay, I'm going to ask you guys, before we get into the Twitter questions, the 2 questions I ask every single guest that's on the podcast.
All right, I'm ready.
And the first is, who, alive or dead, would you most want to throw cold spaghetti at? Joe had a very tough time answering this.
Oh, no, I know it. Everyone I'm sure says Hitler.
Yeah,
But
we got a lot of...
it's been done, I'm sure, by a million other
cold
guests.
spaghetti doesn't have to be an unpleasant
No, it can be
thing.
celebratory.
No, but if it's
Yeah.
I'm thinking my cold spaghetti is very like hard and in a bowl. It's been there for a couple days, so it's a wob. It's a I've been reading a lot about Picasso and what an asshole he was. So I would be Pablo Picasso.
Okay, I think it's the first time we've ever had that answer.
You know what I would do? I would throw cold spaghetti at Andy Kaufman because
would
I think he'd
love
love it,
It'd be
and
a
then it would
great
also
bit.
be like,
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you could
Why
have
did
that
you
story
fool
for the
us
rest
all
of your
if
life.
it-
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Oh, that's what I wanted to ask. Joe said it would be the guy that's been dumping in the dumpster next to you guys.
Yeah.
Because there's like a dumpster problem
There
in
is.
your office.
Yeah.
yeah, it's
always
basically
full.
the trash has made its way into the parking spot that we
that's
pay
what he was
for,
very
and
mad.
it's like no.
No.
But seeing how you guys are maybe operating in your relationships with other people in your office space.
I understand why now. Yeah.
What do
this
you
has
think-
been enlightening.
What do you think is worse, cold spaghetti in the face or pie in the face?
Well, pie
Ooh.
hurts, I think. Pie's a
Well,
big,
let's say
beefy
it's
baby.
both the same pressure and it's not very hard.
I guess the
think-
spaghetti could get everywhere.
Yeah.
That's the thing that I
think
would
the
be a
spa-
little
I
bit.
think the
Spaghetti's
spaghetti
messier.
would be a little bit more
very messy.
embarrassing for some reason to get hit
Yeah,
by.
because you could get those noodles stuck in your hair,
Just-
and that's
yeah.
always kind
Everywhere.
of mocky.
A
Funny.
pie just feels comical.
Yes, a
Right.
pie is very.
Everyone
just
loves a
like,
It feels like a
wah.
privilege
Yeah.
to get pied, but to
Yeah.
get skettied.
But to get sketty, that's a big deal.
Yeah, that's a
That
What
really
about a
is
living
big one.
person? Can it be living too? Can I throw spaghetti at a
alive or
living
dead,
person?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's
I
I would
Alive or
like to
dead.
throw spaghetti at Paul Rubens.
Okay, yeah, that's
Yeah.
a great one.
Wow,
That'd be
he's
really
not
great.
gonna like that.
I feel
No,
like
I think he'd be cool.
I'm telling you,
Or maybe
right now.
Amy Sedaris.
I've had multiple.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh, that's a great.
Just like
She would love it.
She'd have some fun with it.
she would
like
love
it.
it. Okay, the other question is to tell us your worst pants shitting story or close call. We can only use 3 words or phrases, small phrases. Like mine is college, jogging, front lawn.
And that's it.
That's it.
Okay.
Okay. Italian food.
You have
Is
a
that one word?
You can do small phrases.
Okay. Yeah. Italian food, long car drive, and a lot of stairs.
I don't know if it's, how do you spell stairs?
STAIRS.
Oh, those stairs. I thought you meant
those
like people
stairs.
staring
Yeah,
at you.
no, stairs.
that wiggle up on that last
Flights
stair
of
is
stairs.
the worst.
I mean, it's like, how do you?
Oh.
It's like imagine 4 flights of stairs.
Oh no!
And you're ready
Just
to go.
Sweating.
You gotta take
yeah.
breaks.
You,
You
it's
gotta,
just
like-
it takes an hour to get
You
up
gotta
the
just
stairs.
do
Yeah,
like
you
that
do.
wiggle woggle, wiggle woggle, wiggle
And
woggle.
then, oh, stop! Wiggle woggle, wiggle woggle,
wiggle
wiggle.
woggle. Just like one in front of the other, one in front of the
Yeah.
other, one in front of the other. Christmas,
Uh-oh.
Santa,
Santa, no, into it.
eggnog.
No, Christmas, sorbitol,
What?
What is that?
It is a sugar alcohol substitute.
Oh, no.
Wow.
That we didn't know.
Okay.
So Christmas, sugar substitute in very delicious cookies. Too many cookies.
I will say
Okay.
that while in the car on my story, not to break the format.
No, go for it.
Just really quick, while in the car, it got to the point where I just had to admit to everyone
Oh, I
that there's
love
a
it. Good for
possibility
you.
I might have an accident
Good
in
for
my
you.
pants. And it was like,
Yes. Yes,
can you
yes.
imagine? Can you imagine getting to that point where you're like, I just have to say it.
Yeah.
Because if I do it, I don't want to have to
Yeah. Yes.
The inner turmoil that you have in your brain.
I had
going,
to.
Maybe
When
I
was
can
this?
control
I
my-
fell on the sword. Right?
How many days
It was a
ago
very
was
long
this?
time ago.
Okay,
It was a
got
very
it.
long time ago.
No, this was very recent for me, and
Oh,
it
really?
literally, because
Last
I didn't.
Christmas?
Last Christmas, I gave you my fart, and it was real. It was very real. No, it was. I ate too many of them, and then it's sugar alcohols. Apparently, this is like put.
What's it called again? Sorbitol. Okay.
or like
Doesn't sound good.
maltitol.
I know.
It was
Yeah.
it's sorbitol,
Okay,
and it's
well,
like a
eyes
sugar
open for that.
alcohol,
Sounds
and
like
it's a
something you take
natural
for a
laxative.
burning
Oh
or
my
an itching.
God.
People have like been like, my
Wait.
child was in the ER because she ate sugar-free gummy bears. Like,
Wait, was
it's
this
like
a
real
joke
deal.
that someone did at the Christmas?
No, my sister made these cookies because she was like trying to avoid sugars and
Why
stuff.
should just use Zevia like all the other
Look,
sane
we all.
people?
She's like, I don't like the taste of stevia, and I'm like, stevia doesn't make you shit your pants.
Yeah,
But-
that we know of.
But literally, it was one of those where like I was so ill. I puked at everything. Everything came up.
ugh.
But I was so ill from it, and then I literally went into the bathroom, and I was like, "This is happening, all of it," because you're puking, and so you can't focus on anything else. And so I puked, and I was like, "This is happening," and my angel of a husband came in and he literally like deadlifted me into the bathtub, and I just looked at him and he said, I literally was like, I pooped.
I know.
Yeah, he was like, he was like, I know, and I was like, well, I pooped bad, and he was like, the pants might have to go, and they were like, like those comfy pants that feel like
Oh, yeah.
air on your body,
Yep.
and you've worn them for like ever, and
Love
they're
'em.
just like settled in.
yeah.
That was it, and he
Oh,
literally was
no.
like, they might have to go, and that's what wrecked me. Not that I completely pooped
Just
myself
losing
at
the
Christmas time in front of
No,
my
just your
entire
favorite
family.
pants.
I was like, what? No,
These can be
they
saved.
have pockets.
Or they just go in the bath with you and you wash them out. It's fine.
They were unsalvageable.
Okay. All right. Good to know.
It was like
to
a
know.
biohazard.
True
It was one
love.
of those where I was like, what if I wash them? And it's like, well, then you're gonna get a new washer dryer set, I guess. Like, that's how that works. It was a nightmare. And honestly, since that day, if there's like a sugar-free anything, I'm like, what's in this?
Yeah.
Like I'm
Yeah.
so
Oh,
like,
I would
what-
be. I
what's
would
in
be
this?
so on edge.
I don't think
about
I've had
that.
anything like it since. Honestly, I've been like, ooh, that'll shake you.
That's on like committing that word to memory. To check.
Sorbitol, maltol, any of those
Tals.
get bad news bears.
No.
And apparently I wasn't the only one that like had bad. My brother's like,
Situations?
I hurled. My brother's like 6'3" and like he's like powerlifting now, so he literally was like, it wrecked me, and I was like, okay. Like,
Oh, that's funny. I forgot to mention that. So Diane does a lot of our research on our guests before to like give me like
yeah.
all these cards. And one of the things that she wrote about Yuli is that she has a brother or sister, and brother is low key hot musician.
dude, I mean, I've heard it my entire life. He's a full blown babe. We all know he's
Wow.
a full blown babe, and he's a
That's
great
very funny.
musician too. He's amazing. Sleeping Wolf, they're an amazing band.
Cool.
But it is one of those where my entire life I've heard of like, did you know your brother's really hot? I'm like, yeah, I know. He was like a model. He's like,
Wow.
he's
Did
a
he ever
babe.
bang your friends?
I'm positive he did.
Oh, you don't know if he
I
did or
don't
not?
know because he would never
Oh.
probably be. He's a nice boy. He's also got the kindest heart of anyone I've known. Period.
Well, a kind man
And
likes
he's just
to bang,
he's
too.
a baby. He was also sandwiched in between two sisters. Like
Yeah.
he's wrecked. Like
Yeah,
he's wrecked as
he's
far
sweet.
as like emotion goes. But I know for a fact that like I had friends that came over all the time.
Specifically.
why have they been
I
gone
don't
for
think.
hours?
Also,
Where are
yeah, or more importantly, just like, can I come over? And you're like, I guess.
It's
like,
9:30 p.m. What's
Yeah.
we
all
have
of a
school
sudden,
tomorrow.
I'm not home right now. But
Yeah,
can I go over?
exactly.
I'll wait
Can I
for
come
you.
over?
Right?
Like I'm positive of it because there was always that thing where they're like, is Jake there? I was like, I don't know. And they're like, well, okay, I'll just come over tomorrow. And you're like, okay. But
That's so
I know
funny.
I did. I'm positive that they were like so like sycophant.
Can't wait to deep dive on the Instagram
Low
after
key
this.
hot. I love that.
Okay, someone wants to know, why haven't you guys started writing a Muppet movie of your own yet?
Uh,
both collective gasps.
I mean, it's a dream.
It is a dream. It's a dream for us. We have puppet cast members,
Right.
That Steve and I were very diligent about having.
How did that come about?
We wanted
our
it.
love
It was
of puppets.
we wanted
Oh,
puppets,
yeah.
and we it was something that we talked about a lot about having them and creating that lore and creating that world
Yeah.
of like that. And then Steve found these baby angels, and we were like, oh my god, we're so in love with them.
You
and
found the puppets.
Like we found the puppets
Yeah.
online.
They were one of a kind puppets that this guy was building, and he was only selling one of each of these guys.
Okay.
And then after we acquired them, we were like, okay, now we need to like own these guys,
Yeah.
so that
Oh,
no one
like
else
own
can
the
make.
rights
Like
of
no one
it.
else can
so
have
we
a
went through the
Scuzz.
motions
Right.
of that,
Yeah.
and so we officially own Scuzz and
Cool.
Fernesto. Yeah.
Well, and it's a really funny, like, because he knows the lore of it so much, like of the Muppet world, of like how difficult it is to like actually get things past certain
Oh, yeah.
things, and like, so I think we both did that thing where we're like, we're just gonna make our own Muppets.
Yeah, I mean, I just always
Yeah.
wanted to. I mean, back in the SourceFed days, I brought in Source Fred,
Yeah,
Oh,
which
yeah,
was
yeah.
like a puppet, and I
God,
just
I
like
loved it.
I can't help but bring puppets into
Yeah.
anything I'm working on.
They're a
so.
treat.
They're a treat.
They're a
They're
treat.
delightful. They can say what everyone else is thinking.
Yeah, I mean, we had
Yeah.
all these show ideas in the beginning when we were kind of like crunching ideas
Mm-hmm.
for shows, and one of them was like something where it's like it takes place in a puppet world,
Yeah.
but like
Yeah.
every once in a while, one of us would like come in and like sing with one of them, and then like we'd have like these things, and it's still kind of in the pipeline, but. I mean, a movie about Scuzz or a movie with
Yeah,
Scuzz
we
and
would
Fernesto,
100%
I
do
think
it.
we'd totally
Yeah.
do it.
The world needs it.
The world
Yeah.
needs it.
Someone wants to know if there was a cheese called Zaragoza, what kind of cheese would it be?
Oh, that's a really good.
Oh,
call.
I think it would
Tough
be.
question.
I know the answer to this, Stevie. I know it wholeheartedly.
Honestly, I would have to think about my favorite cheese, which is mozzarella.
Yeah.
Is it?
I do like the cheese.
I
Lee
recently
introduced me
him
to
cheese.
what is it?
Munster.
Yeah,
Munster
Oh,
Munster.
okay.
She
And
introduced
he
me to
literally
Munster
was like,
cheese.
I mean, it was very much a dad thing that he would like come in and be like, "Hey, what's this cheese?"
You know what? I think I've got it. I've got it. My cheese, the Zaragoza cheese, would be fresh mozzarella with like a
Wow.
little bit of cinnamon and sugar in it. Just a
Whoa.
pinch. Just a pinch.
That
That
sounds
sounds
nuts.
disgusting. I think it would
I don't
be
think
like,
it's
I'm gonna be honest.
disgusting.
I think your Zaragoza cheese would be like a creamier manchego.
Oh,
Right.
delightful.
Ooh, or maybe like a little some Spanish with a little.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
little
That's
spice,
why
little
I'm
spice.
positive of it.
Okay, options.
I think you're gonna like it.
Options, yeah.
Someone said, Lee, what is it like making Trivia Bidet?
I love that show.
I love it so much.
Love
It's
it so
fun.
much. I at the very beginning was like, I will never do this
Yeah,
show.
Lee would
Oh no,
refuse
I'm
to
with
do
you.
it.
I wouldn't do it.
I was like, I will never do this
But
show.
of all
Yeah.
people, like Lee refusing to do
I
it is the
know,
most
I mean,
shocking thing
It
to
is
me.
very shocking.
Well, that's
I'm
why
sure.
I asked Joe and Elliot about it. I was like, "Did Lee come up with this?" And they were like, "Oh, absolutely not. No, she just refuses to do it.
I
That's why she's
refuse
the
to do
host."
it. But I even said, someone said recently, they were like, when are you going to do it? You deserve to do it. And I was like, no one has Sajak to spin the wheel. Like, I host this. Like, I am the host of this show.
Yeah, but you know Sajak spins the wheel in his off
No,
time.
I'm positive
As
he
soon as
spins
they
the
wrap
wheel.
the credits, he
He's
just
like, he
touches
just
it.
goes,
No whammies, no whammies, no whammies. No, but it is like I love hosting it so much, and
Yeah.
it's definitely become something that I truly like.
Yeah.
am on board with now. But we just had Whitney Moore on it actually,
She's a
and
treat.
she's so delightful. She's like literally
Obsessed.
laughter and just she's petals of flowers, but she 100% solidified why I can't do it because I was in the room. I was the only one in the room. Usually Joe's down below operating the bidet.
Sure.
One time Elliot was, and he's not allowed to do it again because he like 100% hurt someone.
Listen, it's a powerful bidet.
It's a powerful bidet, and
It's
also like
incredibly
there's a
powerful.
line that if you go over it, you're like, no.
Well, it has it's like a cartoon dial that's like it turns red. Like it goes into the red if you turn it. And if you turn it, get ready.
Oh,
It is a
no.
full like eyes, so just water.
I mean, there won't be a dirty particle
you could
anywhere.
open your mouth and water would just spit
Yeah,
out.
really, it would. Yeah.
But Joe usually operates it. But with Whitney, I was like, of course, in order to like, I was like, oh, I'm gonna like it's just me and her in the room, and I think even Kevin was like very far back, and it was
Yeah.
very just like respectful. But the very first blow that I had, she literally was like. And I was like, "Yup, this is why I won't do it."
Yeah,
and
yeah,
she
yeah.
was like, "Mm-hmm." And it like,
Yeah.
I think we cut it out. I think we cut out the very first like go of her being like, "Okay, like, just
But the thing is like
here
we
I
have people
am.
hitting us up. They're like, I want to be on it.
Oh,
I
yeah?
want to be on it. I want to be on it. So
Yeah.
there's like all these people that are like,
That's awesome.
yeah, that are down to like join
I mean,
us.
and it is
Guys and
actually, it
gals.
is so much
Yeah.
fun to do, and it's so much fun to host. And everyone that we've had has been so like, it is an insane thing to ask someone to do. It is
Yeah, like
so funny.
be like bottom naked
Bottom
completely.
naked completely.
Yeah.
Well,
with
we have
your
like a safety
exposed
blanket.
parts.
Yeah, but it's
Oh,
fully
it's
like
so vulnerable.
It's
You're
so
literally like,
vulnerable.
bing
But we
bong.
have, there's like a blanket and then
Yeah,
there's like this
everything-
box
yeah,
that we put
everything's
over them.
covered.
Like we make sure it's very
safe.
it's very
Very
safe.
respectful, but it's also funny because the reactions of people are so comical, but this is
And
you're using
normal,
it
yeah.
just for what it's designed for.
Yes,
You're
yeah,
not like
that's what
manipulating
but
it
it's
in
just
any
also
way,
that
and it's just
surprise
like
of,
Yeah, but like I gotta be honest with you, Elliot installed it. So I think he did
I
something
think he did something wrong because
Something's
that
wrong.
is
Well,
quite
you know how you
possibly-
can adjust the like water pressure
Yeah.
on the wall with that dial? I think he just like cranked it off and broke it.
Yeah.
And
Didn't
now
tell
it's
anyone.
just yeah,
If
because it's
you-
just incredibly powerful.
turn the
Wow.
knob, it'll spray the wall.
It will spray the wall.
Like, it'll, like-
Powerfully spray the wall.
It'll like get there. It like
Yeah.
happens, and so we're like, all right. But it's a blast. I love that show so
Literally
much.
a blast.
It is literally a blast.
It's
to do.
so
Cold
fun.
blast.
It's a cold.
All right.
We should get a
Yeah.
warm one. We should get a warm one.
Yeah, I was gonna say, are there any other ideas like that in the works?
Yes, definitely. There are like weird ones that we like have been like, are we going to challenge someone to do this?
Yeah.
I forget. Well, there was one of them, and it was like
Genital
a
mutilation.
genital mutilation. Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
how do
yeah.
you even like? Where do you go?
Where do you go?
What?
Yeah. Where do you?
We've had a
even
lot of
go?
people saying they want to do it.
They
Yeah.
are so on board.
No, I mean,
People
where
are
do you go
interested.
though? Like, where do you
there
go?
was like
What's
a
the next
spicy
place to
food
go?
thing that we wanted to do, and then like kind of do like a tick down. Like you have to answer these questions.
Oh,
well,
yeah, yeah.
Kind of similarly in a weird way. There's been a couple other ones, but nothing quite like that's from the mind of Joe Beretta, and that's
Yep.
the most. That is the most Joe Beretta thing ever, right?
It's
Is
so
Trivia
fun.
Bidet, and it is a blast.
It's your carpool karaoke.
It
It is
is.
our carpool karaoke. It is. I'm
Yeah.
always every time he's like, "Oh, so and so said they do it." I'm like, "Really?" Like
Amazing.
every time.
I know it's really surprising who's
I
been
think-
hitting us up about.
It's so funny because I'm sure the appeal is like, I've never done that before. I just want to feel it once. And I'm sure
They
there's
want a
immediate
Holy
regret.
Trinity one so badly. Like our
I can't
people
do it.
constantly,
I can't.
constantly keep being like Holy Trinity, Holy Trinity,
I
Holy
guarantee
Trinity.
that's a hard no from Mamrie
It's just
Hart.
me.
I mean, even a try, like
Nope.
on her own. Like
I told
we'll let her
the
go in
boys
there
one time
alone.
because they gave me so much shit about it. They were like, "Why won't you do it?" They were really giving me flack about it, and I was like, "I don't want to get turned on camera."
I mean, it's also. I think. Okay, here's the other thing.
That's not what I want. Like, I don't want to be super horny on camera. Don't make me do that. Like,
You know, it's adjustable, right? It doesn't have to hit certain.
doesn't matter. Whitney literally, like, when that happened, I literally did it, and she was like, "All right."
So this is unexpected. Wow, and powerful.
The thing is this is something people need to understand. This is our actual office toilet.
oh, yeah.
This is not.
not a prop.
It's not a prop.
Yeah.
It's not set up for just that show.
Yeah,
It is
yeah.
the toilet we use every day.
Every day.
So pray for us.
Well, someone wants to know what A-list actor would you most want to have on Trivia Bidet?
Oh, that's
wow.
That's really good.
A-list.
Who would I most want to see?
I know. I keep thinking of like C-list people.
Let's go A. Go
I'm
A.
going
Let's
A.
just go
I'll
A.
go A.
Let's do two A.
You know what?
listers.
I'm gonna say it right now. I watched Winter's Bone last night.
Okay.
Jennifer
Lawrence, and that was 2 hours I can't get back from
Didn't
my
she
life.
win for
I know
that?
who I want.
She was nominated for sure. So
yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, just as a pure retribution and revenge, I need Jennifer Lawrence on that toilet. Just so I can be like, this is for Winter's Bone.
Okay, I've got two perfect ones.
Okay.
Are you ready for this?
I'm
Ready.
so ready.
Okay, so hang on. Let me just. Okay. I've got a guy and a girl. Who do you want to hear first?
Girl.
Okay, I want what's her name? From The Favorite.
Olivia Colman.
Olivia Colman.
Oh, she's a dream. She
Olivia
would be so
Colman would
wonderful.
be so fun.
She's
She would be
adorable.
so
She's so
delightful.
I mean, she would just be a delight.
It'd be a
She'd be a
charming
delight.
moment.
And for the guy, you guys ready for this? I refuse to accept that this is not the perfect person.
Okay.
Jeff Goldblum.
Yes.
Oh, I mean, Melissa's
oh,
obsessed
yeah.
with him.
Oh, that's a perfect. That is a perfect one,
perfect.
actually.
He would.
Perfect.
I mean, talking about
I feel
someone
like he'd
getting
be so
turned on
cool.
camera.
Yeah.
He would be, and he'd be so comfortable with his own.
Yeah,
legs.
he'd be like,
I mean, I just
Wow,
want
wow,
everything
wow,
that comes out of his
wow.
mouth is just
Pure
hilarious.
gold.
Have you seen Thor Ragnarok?
Yes.
He's just like
Yeah.
I just rewatched it again, and it's just like every
He's
moment
perfection.
is just like I know he just
And you
he'd be
know when the
perfect.
camera turns off, he's still talking and saying the most
well,
amazing
he is.
sound
We have
bites.
so many
Yes.
friends that are like friends with him and weird whatever. And
Yeah.
Delman did a commercial with him last year, and he literally was like, "It's everything you think it is." Like,
Okay,
it
now
is
let's-
every single thing you think it is.
So really quick, who would do it in the celebrity like world? I think
I mean, if it's a press junket, most likely anyone. But,
I think the fat
I think
Jewish
Goldblum
would do it.
Fat Jewish would do it for sure. I think depending on how Holmes and Watson goes, we could probably get Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly.
What do you mean depending on how it goes?
It's not going well. They
probably
need
already
that
reached out to
advertisement.
us.
We'll text them.
I would love to watch that.
That's
Yeah.
what I
So
would
fun.
want. Is like people like it is really funny. We tend to have wonderful people on there because I feel like it's the only way you can do it. If we ever had a
Yeah.
serious person on there, we'd be fully boned because
Yeah.
they'd just be like, "All right."
I know.
Yeah.
But we have really, funny people in our lives.
Well, it's also too because you learn as you go.
You
Yes.
certainly do.
And it's also people genuinely trying to get questions correct.
yeah.
like genuinely as
And
there's
watching
like the
them fail.
pressure
I
of
mean,
that. Yeah.
Truly, if you're good at trivia, like
Delman
you might
just-
not even get sprayed.
This is there is
That's
a
the
spoiler.
gamble.
My husband did it. Every week Delman does trivia every single
Oh,
week, which
yeah?
totally makes
Why
sense.
can't
of
has he
course.
done it?
He's done it, and he did like fantastic at it.
that's
And we
good.
even
Oh,
tried to
dang.
stump him.
Really?
But there was like also we have bidets in our home. Like we have 2 bidets, and there was like Joe sprayed him, and he literally was like, "Yeah,
That's what a bidet is.
it was so normal."
That's
It's great. It is really great.
Someone wants to know what's a talent that you wish you had?
Dancing. I've said
Piano,
this
playing
before
the
again.
piano.
Dancing.
Dancing piano.
I wish I could play it just like Ben Folds
Yeah,
style.
you'd be
yeah.
so
Tickle the
good because you're
ivories.
already so good at music, and you can now like hear so many
want
things
it.
too. You'd be so good at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be
Yeah,
fun.
that's a good one for you, especially because then you could sing along. It'd be really
I know,
good.
I
You'd be
want
so
that.
entertaining.
I know, that's what I want.
Yeah.
I'm
And
I
mad
think it's
that you
possible.
don't have it
I don't know
now.
Ben Folds level, but it's
You can
possible to
still learn.
learn the
Oh,
piano.
it's 100%
Yeah.
possible to do that.
yeah.
I can't dance. It's held me back so much in my life.
I just
It
started.
has honestly
same.
held me back. There's been multiple Broadway shows that I've auditioned for, and they're just like, you cannot dance, and I'm like,
I just started taking a salsa class with Alana.
Did you?
wow,
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah, so I'm learning how to do salsa dancing.
Cool. How's it going?
It's going pretty well, I
Do
think.
you
Yeah?
walk in there with her and they're like, "What? Oh, that's so sweet. This woman."
no,
you guys
I'm
must have
s-
gotten a Groupon.
Yeah.
Listen, I am actually. I was nervous it was gonna be
Yeah.
like that, but there are all types of people there.
Really?
Like,
Yes.
there are really old.
Oh,
there's
that's
yeah,
fun.
that is
people.
really cute.
I was
That's
like,
really
okay, I
cute.
feel good about it. And literally, no one is like that embarrassment of like, am I doing this right? Is not a
Right.
thing
'Cause
when you're
everyone's on the
doing
same
that.
level.
Well, and everyone's paying attention to the
Yeah,
main
that's a big
dancer and your
deal.
own. Like literally, I was in a room alone with Alana, basically. With
that's
the
fun.
that's what it felt like. But it
Sweaty
was,
room alone. With
it was
Alana.
great. It was great.
I love
Nice.
it.
Yeah, I did one Zumba class with Mamrie, and I was so wildly off rhythm the whole time. And then I was
unreal.
laughing because everyone's looking in a giant mirror at themselves, and I'm in the back. Like I try to give everyone space,
I've done this,
and I'm laughing at how bad I am. That I look like a crazy person in the corner, just
There's
giggling
like
to myself.
75-year-old women that are like 2, 3, 4,
my God.
and you're just like, ah.
I couldn't tell my right from my left, and I was
No.
getting so confused.
It's very
and then
tough, yeah.
I got in my head so giggly about it that I was like, I look insane to these people, and I never went
Grace in the
back.
background.
Just so, and the easiest stuff we had. Matt Stefanina come and teach
I
Mamrie and
know Matt
I.
Stefanina,
Yeah, teach us a dance because he's a really great choreographer for our show that we did last year. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna try this. I know my
yeah.
limitations, but I'm gonna try. And it's still so bad. We had to edit around me just to make so.
And isn't that the worst when they
Wow.
literally are like, we've tried. I did a.
And then they're like, "Can we make the move simpler for Grace so she
Yeah.
can get it?" And I'm like, "No, I'll get it. I'll get it."
They're like, it's 2 8 counts, and you're like, I'm floored.
Oh, I
don't
get to
know.
7, and I don't know what to
Yeah.
do.
Matt Stefanina tried to teach me and Meg Turney and Trisha Hirschberger how to do hip hop dancing.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's like what this
And-
was.
Yeah, and it was like, no way, dude.
Oh, and
no way.
It was almost confusing to him how badly I was at picking it up. That I think
Yeah.
he originally thought that I was like doing a bit, and I was like, "Sir,
then they
no,
just feel
I'm
so
really trying, and I'm
bad.
not trying to waste your time. I'm like really trying. This is a foreign language, and I cannot translate it in my body."
Yeah.
I don't know how people do it.
I don't know how to do any of that.
And then I get so in my head of like anxiety about being like, I can't get it. I don't know.
Please don't give up on me, coach. Don't give
Yeah.
up on me. That's what I always do. I'm always like, please stop. Don't give up.
Someone wants to know what's the weirdest prompt your show has ever gotten.
Oh, there was one about like
Because if you want to explain for people that don't know what your show technically is.
I mean, it's really wonderful. We take our questions from our patrons,
Mm-hmm.
and so that's how you can actually get a question on the show is like be a patron. And so we take
great.
our questions from our patrons. And I mean, Steve's, we've said this before. We have our like audience is the funniest group of people.
funny.
They're
Yeah.
so funny.
They're so engaged.
They're so engaged.
They
They're
make
so,
us
they're
laugh
just quick.
constantly.
We laugh so much at the stuff that they say. So they'll have these prompts that are like genuinely great. We could
Yeah.
never come up with this stuff. It's so good.
I truly think the weirdest one though was someone was like, would you rather have
Yeah.
leg-sized fingers as legs
Or finger size.
or finger-sized legs as fingers or something like that?
Yeah,
It's-
it was like, would you rather have like your
Oh no,
fingers are
leg-sized arms.
or arm size legs?
Yeah, it was something so
Something
weird.
along
So
that
basically,
line.
your legs would come out where your arms
Yeah,
would,
yeah.
and your arms
It was
would replace
something
your
along
legs.
those lines,
Right,
and
but
it
it
sent
was like-
us into a.
No, I mean,
Yeah,
it was like
it's like a math problem I can't
Yeah.
figure
but it was
out.
crazy. It was like finger-sized legs.
Yeah, yeah.
Like something.
It was
So you're
something
literally
insane. I
walking-
can't
Yeah,
remember
but like
it.
giant fingers.
But we probably spent like 40 minutes.
We
on
really
that.
did.
We literally
And we were like
no, no, no,
yelling
no,
at each
hold
other.
on.
Like,
hold on.
No, I wouldn't want that.
It's like,
Yeah,
we're like,
yeah,
no, because your legs
Well,
are
and then
fingers.
we were
Amazing.
I think it was like leg-sized fingers,
Okay.
and it was like
So your hands just have these giant legs
Yeah.
coming out.
legs
of them.
coming out of every finger.
Or
yeah.
your torso
Legs.
would be
Little
two
bitty-
little tiny.
Two little tiny. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is, I don't know.
it's a
Yeah,
dilemma.
it's very hard.
Yeah.
Well, I
It's
think
a
what we
dilemma.
came down to
Polarizing.
was like at least you would have the strength in these giant hands.
Yeah.
Would you have the dexterity?
I mean, I think you'd learn for sure.
find out.
Yeah. Your wrists would be very weak.
Very weak.
Yeah, or stronger.
Someone
Or
recently
strong.
also didn't even put up a prompt. They just put up like a thing where they were like, hey, just an FYI, eat fried eggs in a bowl with a spoon.
It'll change your
It'll
life.
change your life. And we were
Did
like,
you do it?
I have
thank you.
not.
No, we have not, but it makes perfect sense.
I wouldn't dare.
We
It's
were
very
like-
direct. It's very
It wasn't even a
specific.
prompt. He was like, this is not a prompt. This is a tip. And we were like, thank you very much for your tip. Like,
He's like
good. It's a good
literally like
tip.
I have to tell everyone
yeah, I think
about
he
this.
literally was like this. It was like a
He's
monologue.
trying to spread the
That's
word.
so funny. Guys, we've reached the end of the podcast.
Oh my God. How many
Wow.
more questions did you? You probably had 45. 45 more
A lot,
questions.
but we got through so much.
We talked about cats for just 65
We
a
talked about
minutes.
reasonable
cats
amount
enough.
of time.
Oh my
But
God, what is this?
I wanted to give you guys the gifts for making time for coming on the podcast. You each get a personalized fortune cookie.
What?
This
What
is
do you
a
mean
big deal. It's
personalized?
what?
You can open it up and read your fortune.
Oh my! This is such a big deal. One, I do love a fortune cookie.
Who
I do
doesn't?
love it. I didn't get one. No, I'm just kidding.
I was like,
Oh,
should we?
no, I didn't get one.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh wow, this is quite a lengthy.
This is
Yeah.
a beautiful
Okay.
one. Go, Stevie, go.
One of Steve's followers does have a connection to get him into a Galaxy's Edge press event, but they already gave their friend the pass. Maybe
Oh,
next
no.
time. Oh no! This is the worst nightmare. Tell me this isn't true.
He's gonna cry. You're gonna see him cry.
Uh-oh.
Oh, many potential patrons are waiting to exclusively donate $45,000 Target goal to get Lee her lower back Muppet tattoo. Their parents' credit cards are ready to go. Let's get
Oh my
it.
God! Where do you find these?
Oh, I don't know. We just got them at the store.
Oh, this is
Wow.
perfect.
Amazing.
45. I
It's
did
so
actually want
specific.
45 grand for a Muppet lower back tattoo. I,
I
did
think
say
that's
that.
reasonable.
What if you got that at an actual Chinese restaurant? Like that's the fortune cookie you got.
I would lose my mind.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
lose my mind
Oh,
too.
I
I
would
would be like,
also
I need to speak to the
100%
manager.
I would go and get an animal lower back tattoo.
Yeah, you'd have to.
His legs go right above my butt crack.
my
And so it
God.
just like, that's my butt crack right there.
amazing.
This is great. Thank you for the
This is
gift.
Yeah, thank you
Amazing.
guys. Where can people find your Patreon? Where can they find you?
Patreon.com/The Valley Folk. You can find us on Twitter and all that. You can Google The Valley Folk.
Yeah, just type the Valley Folk into all the social media stuff.
You should start,
Amazing.
in my opinion, watching your show. I love that thing. It's our beast. And yeah.
Yeah, people
Anything
like
else?
it.
And where can they
thank
find you guys on social media?
I'm at Steve Zaragoza on all the socials.
I'm at Lee Newton on Instagram, at Lee Newton Says on Twitter.
Cute. Well, thank you guys.
Thank you, Grace.
Go check them out. They're absolutely wonderful. I will see you guys next time in another episode. Not Too Deep. Goodbye.
Bye bye.
Too deep, too deep, too deep. Not too deep with Grace Helbig.
Not Too Deep is a production of Grace Helbig Incorporated, producer and edited by Melissa D. Montz, writing by Diane Kang, production assistance by Katrina Henning, post-production sound by Chris Henry, and an extra special thanks to Flula for the theme music.